Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Combo Guru. Today I got for you guys the match between me, Combo Guru, against a random player. So let's get it started. It's gonna be a match between a Kashtira, Peer, and then I think it's also a mirror match. So let's start it. So my opening hand is Unicorn, Papaya, Big Bang, Rise Hurt, and then an Imperm. And I will go first. So let's just start going. And my opponent has Kashtira, the Fenny, Papaya, Lava Golem, and then Unicorn. So let's go. Step forward. He going first. Open up with Unicorn. Knows my Unicorn activate effect. I chain my Imperm on the Unicorn. So the reason for me doing this here is that hopefully I only have one hand trap, so I want to see I want to hit the very first thing he does in case he doesn't have any extender. Should end his turn right there, but in this scenario he has two extender. So we Papaya effect, special summon Fanny effect, search for Riser, and then he will overlay for Sangria, and then summoning the Riser from him. And then he will be banishing Big Bang from the deck, and then he will be targeting Banish 3 from my top of my deck, which trigger Shangri-La effect to lock one of the zone, and then also chaining 2, he will trigger the Big Bang effect to target his Shangri-La, target one monster, and then back to hand, and then special summon that monster. And then he overlay with the 2 Riser and the actual monster summon for Diablos. And then Diablos will be able to activate effect, banish one card from extra deck, and then which also he banishing the big guy for the, so you're afraid of me follow up by making to rank 7, take control of his monster and go off. And this will also trigger Synchro effect to lock another zone, which also trigger my hacker to banish the top 4 card of my deck. And which also trigger again the Synchro effect to lock the 3 zones. So this is the basic combo that I went over, that the 1 card combo that Kashtira can do. In this scenario with the extender, he can banish the Papaya from graveyard. The Papaya will target and add back Big Bang from banish zone, and then he'll be able to put a Riser on top of this too. This is the extended combo, so you have the block 3 zone with Riser on top. So yep, it's a pretty good combo. Set 1 Big Bang pass. And then my turn start. He during standby phase, he activates Synchro effect, special summon Unicorn. In this scenario, he probably plan to banish another monster from extra deck and stuff. And then I open my turn with no special summon Unicorn. Doesn't activate effect yet. Can activate the Fuse spell to search for Tim and Kashtira. In this scenario, I want to make sure if he tried to block the zone, I'll be able to chain to it to summon to the zone to have a monster in the zone he tried to block. So activate Papaya effect, target Unicorn. He didn't do anything. I special summon my Fanny. And then here he uses a Riser effect to attach his Papaya from the bandit zone to a Riser. And then when I trigger my Fanny on the effect to target a Synchro to banish it. So I think this is so I meant to do that beginning when I summon Fanny, because if he trigger any effect, which this is a mandatory, so he has to Fanny able to trigger and target his Synchro to clear the zone out for me. Which is pretty good, but with that he also get to trigger his own Unicorn in his Rise Up one more time to attach one more and banish one more card from extra deck. And then he banished my hacker from extra deck, and then he attached with the Riser. And then my hacker will get triggered because the card getting banished face down. You have to banish more cards from my top deck. At this point I lose only 20 cards from both my deck and extra deck. It's pretty devastating. And then he go ahead and attach more card to one big guy from his banish zone to the Riser. And then he has on open game state activate Unicorn effect to set for Papaya. And then I will overlay the 2 level 7 to make a Draco Sack. And this when I summon this, it forces him to activate his Riser to banish my Draco Sack before I get more token and make link play and stuff. So at 2 hand, and then he attached another Papaya of his own Papaya to his Riser. And then turn my Kashtira from my hand, activate effect by banishing Papaya from my hand. And then my Papaya will be activate effect at back my Unicorn. At this day, I just go straight for my Riser, my own Riser, summon my Riser from hand to activate effect. Which right here I want to trigger my banishment so that I can trigger a Riser a couple more times to get the 3 material to actually use it out of effect to banish one card on the board. So with that, I get to trigger Riser to attach, and then he's also attached. And then my attaching Papaya, and then in the battle phase here I want to declare attack with a Riser. So I gain 300 attack from my Fuse spell. Attack over a Riser effect to attach another card to himself, and then activate effect with 3 material detached, target the my hacker to banish, and then which also trigger a Riser again. And then I will be go to main phase 2, set 1 and pass. My opponent just open up with draw another Scarecrow Kashtira, and then activate the Unicorn on board. And at this point I can tell that my opponent already has so much more advantage than I do. So it was pretty fast when we go to like he just tried to clean up the game, try to summon all monster to finish the game up. So let me speed it up real quick. He able to banish me with the unique Fanny effect, and then he make a Draco Sack, pop the back row that he doesn't know about, using the Kashtira birth, special summon back, and then summon the 2 monster from his hand. And then at this point, I think he will be able to. He has enough damage to go for a game. So yeah, 8,000 damage. Boom, and then we will go to the next game. So I lost game 1, so we'll be going to. Yep, so I have lost game 1, so this is game 2. After siding, I will decide to go first. And then my opening hand is Fanny, Papaya, Ash Blossom, the Planet Fuse Spell, and then the Unicorn. My opponent has 2 hand trap, which is Ash Blossom, Impermanence, and then another second card, Book of Eclipse, and then Scareclaw, Kashtira, and then the Riser. So no more further ado, let's start it. Main phase, summon Unicorn, activate effect, getting Imperm, and then that will force me to activate Papaya, targeting my Unicorn, special summon Fanny from deck, Fanny effect to search for Rise Hurt, and then overlay the 2 monsters to make Shangri-La, activate Rise Hurt effect, special summon Rise Hurt, banish Big Bang effect, chaining 1 Shangri-La, chaining 2 Big Bang, target Shangri-La to attack and special summon. And Shangri-La will block the zone. And then with the 2 monsters, I go for Diablos, activate Diablo effect to banish Big Eye from my open action deck, and then Shangri-La trigger effect to block another zone, and then my hacker also banish 4 cards from my opponent top deck, which also will trigger the Shangri-La again to block another zone. So 3 zone will block, and then my hacker then banish Big Eye, and then at this point I activate Prime Planet to summon to search for an extender. Kashtira monster to special summon to make a Rise Hurt on top of the board. But right here my opponent realized that they don't want to deal with another Rise Hurt, so they just activate Ash to stop me from making that. And then the game continue. I passed turn. My opponent's starting turn is during standby phase, activate Synchro effect to special summon Fania, so I can deal with the whatever monster he summoned, and then whatever monster he summoned, activate effect, and I will get to block all the zone. But he has the last card that going second card is Book of Eclipse, which would be book my whole board, and I would be all the zone lock will be open up, but luckily I have the Ash Blossom for the Book of Eclipse, so yeah, that will stop that. Now he has to summon Fania and activate his Fanny, and then which will trigger my Shangri-La effect to block another zone, which also trigger my hacker to be able to banish more cards from his action deck too. And once that resolution resolved, I will be able to block another zone. But he realized that, so that's why he changed his Kashtira Scareclaw to hopefully get the zone back, to summon to the zone that I was trying to block. But with that, when my hacker resolved his effect, banishing like 9 more cards from his top deck, and then Shangri-La effect to block another zone. At this moment, he has no more zone to actually do anything. And when I banish it that way, when Shangri-La effect trigger, I get to activate my Prime Planet 2 to target and destroy his Scareclaw Kashtira, and this would be block the whole zone, so he just scoop up. Back to game 3, my opening hand Unicorn, Double Golem, Impermanent, and Double Planet. My opponent opening up with Ash Blossom, Prosperity, Rise Hurt, Tactics, and Kashtira Birth, and he chooses to go first, so no more further ado, let's just start the game. He activates starting up with Prosperity, banishing 6, he banishing Asura, Unicorn, SS Code, Phantom Beast, Red Eyes, and then 1 Zeus. So probably a couple of them double puppies in his deck. Probably the Zeus has 2, so just one of them. And then on the review 6, he adding Fania. Yep. So he adding Fania, activate effect of Fania, special summon, and then activate effect to search, and then here's when I drop the impermanence. That's the only hand trap I interact with his turn. So always when I have a hand trap, only 1 hand trap, I usually just go on to the very first thing he does, and hopefully that will stop his turn. So but he has extended this game, so activate Rise Hurt, banishing. He actually Rise Hurt here to banish one of the monster in this scenario, so he can use them both to special summon the Unicorn back. Very good combo he did there. Activate, special summon, make the Unicorn. And then Unicorn effect will let him search for Papayas, and then he overlay with Kashtira Shangri-La to summon and then activate Papaya, targeting his Rise Hurt to summoning the Tillam and Kashtira from deck. And on summon, activate Kashtira Tillam effect to move 3. Probably he just want to fill up his graveyard in case you want to banish something later for any of the Kashtira extender. And then he summon Diablos, activate Diablos effect, detach, banishing my Big Eyes, and then trigger Shangri-La effect to block one of the zone, which also trigger my hacker effect, banish 4 cards from action from my top deck, which also blocked another zone. And then he goes straight into a Rise Hurt here because he couldn't get into any photo with any extender because the very first play he got imperm, he couldn't search for another effect extender. So with that, he passed into me, ending on just a Rise Hurt with one hand trap in hand. Pretty weak. So my opening hand was pretty good. So we're starting up with a drop a lava golem on his 2 monsters. So and then normal summon, special summon unicorn, getting Ash because right now you see that he has no more interruptions. So his only interactive card is Ash. So he's gonna do Ash. He's gonna drop Ash Blossom on the very first play I make. That is fine, and then I activate my unicorn effect on the chain on resolution of Ash Blossom to banishing a big guy from his extra deck also. Then activate Papaya, and then not Papaya, my bad. Activate Planet to search for extender, banishing the Fenrir from my hand, summoning the Scareclaw, and then link away with my Fenrir to make a also effect target his Fenrir from his graveyard, and then Fenrir effect to search for Riser, and then activate Riser effect, banishing Papaya here so I can add back one of the banished card. In this scenario, it's only a Fenrir, that's the only target that I have. And then I go forward with at the battle phase with the Fenrir beating over the Lava Golem, and on the declaration of the attack, activate effect to banishing his birth spell, Kashtira Birth, and then attack over with 2 monsters, dealing some damage. And main phase 2, I'm overlaying for Shangri-La, the Kashtira Shangri-La to special summon interruption during his turn. Right now his extra deck only have 5 card left, so I plan to summon Unicorn to make sure that I'm gonna banish whatever left in his extra deck the moment he activates anything. He actually starting with Birth, special summon his Unicorn, activate Unicorn effect, and then here when I chain my Unicorn, this actually causing me to almost lose this match because that trigger his unicorn get to it's to the right play because I want to banish his unicorn, so the Papaya that he just searched will be useless because I don't know the last guy in his hand is tactics, so without the tactics his turn would end right here because when the unicorn getting banished, Papaya will not have any target to actually play on. So that was a right play, but he just have the tactic to respond to that. So with that, he activate tactics to take over my my Shangri-La, and then when he add over Shangri-La, now he can use Papaya to take the Shangri-La to special summon one from his deck. He summon Fanny, activate Fanny effect to search for extender, the Scareclaw extender, and then he special summon Scareclaw extender by banishing Papaya. He doesn't have any card that banishing phase up for Papaya to add back, so unfortunate. And then he overlay for the number 76, and then I think he just wanna clear out a monster in my graveyard. So when I search with Unicorn, I don't get anything out of that. Unfortunately, I don't have any target on my deck to search for, I believe. When also sent to graveyard, yeah, there's no really target for an Earth that under 1500 defense in the deck, so yeah. And then he overlaying the Shangri-La that he took from the tactics for a Zeus, and then with that he passed him to me. Right here is a scenario where I'm like, alright, I gotta bait out the Zeus, but after activate Birth, he's not responding. He just activate his number 76 to target my one monster from graveyard that both can be special summoning. With that, I just couldn't do anything anymore, and the activate Unicorn effect get to banish the one more extra deck card in his extra deck here. He down to one extra deck card, and that is just the Wind Chamber. So it's not gonna do anything. So I enter battle phase, declare an attack into his number 76, and then I activate my Papaya, my Fuse spell to search again. And here's when he Zeus, he know that I will be able to make into another 7 and actually making maybe Draco Sack, but I think he could have just wait for me to extend it into making a summon another monster before he go off and doing this. But yeah, so the Zeus will clear the board, and then I will get to summon Fanny. Fanny get to search, which is doing the same thing that I wanted. So I special summon the Kashtira, Tilamin, summon my Mega Fan to beat Draco Sack. He should have waited for this moment when actually summoning the Draco Sack, and then he can activate effect to clear my board. That would be way better. But with that, I was able to clear his Zeus, summon my own Zeus, and then pass turn. And then he just opened with Imperm set. It was just pretty much the game ending here. The Zeus should be able to take me to the win. His top deck could be anything, but his top deck is another break, so I just set him pass. At the end phase, I just clear the board, so I guarantee have my attack going through this turn. So yep. So that's that for the match. It's a pretty so far I feel like the deck is very consistent with what it's doing. It's just very weak to some of the side deck card, like Book of Eclipse, or even main deck, instant deck, like the Bureau is hurt the deck really very much too. And then the board is just not very unstoppable, right? Every of these board breaker card could actually clear the board. So yeah, this may need to be somewhat improved in the deck. So we'll see how it's gonna go into format when everyone starts playing more and more of the deck. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Please share and subscribe. See you guys later. Have a nice day. Bye.